Right then, let's see if we can get this particular little angel delight out of the way. This is the old Maygay machine, Money, 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 hailing from, I believe, 1997. Now, this is in a similar vein to Superpots. Conceptually, it's the same in that we're trying to get wins that are through the block when we are in normal play, because like all of or many of these Maygays of this era, there were two very distinct styles of play that the machine could be in, which was normal play, when anything up to the block was fair game. Anything beyond that block you would never get in a million years in that mode until the machine decided it was time to streak, in which case that streak pot would then be unlocked. And just like Super Pots, if you can get a win that's through that block in normal play, it then comes out of that future theoretical streak pot and then becomes a free win for the purposes of your current session. So where is the block on this? It's there. It's between £5 and £8. It also seems to do it on the other side as well, between 8 and 10 nudges. So everything here, £1 to £5, 1 nudge to 8 nudge, anything on the features up to £5. That's all fair game. And once the machine gets a little bit happy, it'll let you dick around there, no problem, all day. You know, any win will start gambling up to £5, but once you get to £5, it will lose the gamble every single time without fail because you're then trying to get through the block. So the trick, as with Superpots, is to get a win that is through the block when the machine is blocking. And there's one very specific thing that we're after on this machine here, which is the boxed blue sevens. The boxed blue sevens, where is he? He's on here somewhere. The box blue sevens are worth £8. There it is, a box blue seven. The box blue sevens are £8. So £5 is your blue sevens. Box blue sevens boosts up to £8. Okay, how do we get the box blue sevens? Well, that's the tricky bit, because for starters, you will see that this machine has no normal nudges, as it were. You haven't got like 1, 2, 3, 4 nudges that you can get in normal play. So it's quite a tricky setup on this. And specifically, we're going to use the triple red bars here, the triple bars. And what we're going to be looking to get to happen is to land the triple bar with the bonus on the middle reel. That then gives us a bonus from this selection of 6 down here. We're wanting it to give us a respin, and what it should do, once the machine gets happy-ish, it should be quite happy to offer a true skill bonus. And what we do then, when we get a true skill bonus, when that lands, we then land on respin. We may have to do this more than once, and the idea is to get the other triple bars within 8 nudges on reels 1 and reel 3. That's the idea, that we're going to get the triple bar win using respins to get them within 8 nudges. Now, once we've got them within 8 nudges, there's one more thing that we have to do, which is then get the stopper bonus. And hopefully it's going to give us a true skill bonus again. We get the stopper bonus. We can then use cancel to slow down, and stopper dapples around these. With cancel to slow down, we should be able to hit it on the E of nudge. So remember, we've now got our triple bars within 8 nudges using respins. We then use stopper to get the nudge off this here. And then as long as it's within 8 nudges, the machine will not block it. So it will let us gamble up however many nudges we need, up to 8. It will let us gamble for that on any number. It shouldn't lose. Then we can nudge in our triple bars. Why are triple bars so important when they're 2 away from the block? Well, because once we've got our triple bars, we can then shuffle around these features and the win will go down 1 each time. Once you get to reel run, if you get to reel run, because it won't always do it, once you've got reel run, you take the feature and then wedge, hold 1 as you collect the feature, and then it always then stops on a box blue 7. It then matches the second one for you, and you then have to reel match the third one there. It's just there, And then you have your boxed blue sevens. Boxed blue sevens boosts up to £8, and you've then got your win that's through the block. You then have a free win. The idea being that you do that a handful of times, maybe get 24, 32, 40 quid of those free wins, whatever it may be. And by the time you've done that, because the machine doesn't think it's paid anything out, it should be super, super happy to give you a few £4 and £5 repeaters and repeat, so that you can get a really good bank, I don't know, 70, 80 quid, something like that. And if you can get the cash pot is always free. So if you can snag a cash pot, you would get that. Again, you can do that using real run, because if you let real run time out, it always returns to the symbol that was on the reel. So if you can, sometimes it will happen just by chance. You'll get real run and you'll have a cash pot symbol on reel one. And in that circumstance, you can just let it time out, and then it will stop on Cashpot, match the second one, and then you hit it on the third one, and the Cashpot is free. That's a kind of paid for upfront Cashpot on this thing that builds up quite slowly. Now, I am, of course, here just saying all this retrospectively, because if you've watched my previous videos, you will know that this is from back in my bad old days, when I used to lose far, far more than I won. And I do have very specific memories of this very machine absolutely hosing me down on more than one occasion, taking all my money off me that I had for a night out, 30, 40, 50, 60 quid, whatever it may be. If you hit this machine after it had been hammered, and looking back now with hindsight, I was playing this machine after it had been hammered, whereby a good player had not only depleted the future streak pot, but also left the current pot absolutely dead. All of a sudden losing 50 quid on a £10 jackpot machine and never getting more than a fiver, you can then retrospectively understand how that would happen. So as with all of these older machines, I am glad that there's the chance to see in the emulator and do in the emulator what was done by the pro players back then, and it kind of gives some perspective to what was happening to me, and I'm sure other people at the time who didn't have any clue about all this kind of thing. So anyway, what we'll do now is fire it up and give it a go and see how I do. I've had a little practice at this, but as if you've watched my previous videos, you will know that I am not any kind of slotting superstar, so there may be some dreadful blunders and mistakes in there, but we will have a go. Okay, so we'll get a couple of quid in. Let's spin the reels and see what we get. Now, that is potentially interesting, because we've got a single bar, sorry, a treble bar just above the single bar there. The other one is away. Just as a point of reference, and that's why I've got the reel strips to help me, the treble bars are 5 above the cash pots on each reel. So I'm going to get a little bit cheeky there, and just because I've got that, I'm not quite sure what I'm trying to achieve there, actually. No, hang on a minute. Let's hold that, and then yes, and then I can maybe get the bonus on the middle reel, because it has to drop in, because there are no normal nudges on this machine. That bonus has to just drop in. So let's do that. Oh, now there we are. And can you see that that noise means that it has actually given me the true skill bonus. So we can just kind of, by holding down cancel, you can just kind of pause it. Now 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No, it's too far away, so I'm going to have to respin here. So let's hold reels 2 and 3, and then oh my god, look at that. Now that has, and has it given me a true skill as well? It has. See that it's dappling around. I can hold down. Oh no, it hasn't. It hasn't given shit. Sorry, no, it hasn't given me true skill. That would be perfect if I could just now get true skill stopper. I could then hit it all. So I don't really. Oh, let's hold them all. No, I've got feature. Shit, I didn't want to do that. Oh, you see what I mean? Real time. Okay, we'll collect real time. Maybe I got something wrong there. But this is fairly easy to bin off with not very much money. So yeah, 40p. I've got to be honest with you. That was possibly about as good as it's going to get. And what you'll find is that it's very happy now. I did get it £5 happy before I started, just so that I didn't have to put, you know, maybe 15, 20 quid in to get it happily gambling up to a fiver. And you can see here the problem is that there's lots of numbers on the reels, and it does, once it gets a little bit happy, it does like to just drop those in on the reels. I can't see that there's anything in particular that I can do about that. You don't seem to be able to hold away from it or anything like that. So I'm just going to kill that off, and I'm just kind of waiting as I understand it. So we'll collect that out. As I understand it, I'm just, oops, I got rid of the window around the emulator there by accident. Right, okay, now. So I've got me respin. So let's hold. So if I hold those, that. Okay, so 1, 2. Oh no, it's got to be the triple bar. I think the triple bar with a box on it doesn't count. 1, 2, 3, 4. Shall we see? I think the. Okay, let's find out. Got to stop it on the E of nudge. There we are. So it should let me gamble up now to 4 quid, because it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I think it has to be specifically the unboxed triple bar for that to step. It'll let me gamble anyway, so we'll have a go. But I think it's a specific symbol on the reel that you need, so this isn't going to work. So there we are, we'll collect that. And... okay, nudge that in. Now you've got to get reel run as well. There's no guarantee that you'll get reel run. So you have to do this here. See? Oh, right, now. And now I exchange for feature and wedge, but I don't... No, it doesn't work. Okay, so it does have to be... I have to be slightly careful here as well. Let's just miss that by a mile. Oh. It doesn't matter how much you miss it by. It still steps back anyway. Okay, 3 quid shouldn't knock it back. So we do have to be as particular as I said, which was it has to be the vanilla, as it were, triple bars. And then that will be the free win, because the sort of the straight triple bar, as it were, will apparently then stop on. See, that's very close, but without any kind of normal nudges on this, it's very hard to, well, I say very hard, it's awkward. It's awkward to get what you want. It's not like on Super Pots where you can just get a win and start gambling up, and you've got multiple chances to get the number that you want. And you've got like a couple of different ways of doing it on that, because you can do it with the step or without the step. But there's no concept of that here. So no. I don't know the reels, which is why I'm dragging around all the time. So we're just kind of hoping for that triple bar. And I should keep an eye out when I get holds. I should keep an eye out just to see. I know it's 6 away on that reel. Is that worth holding? Possibly not. Maybe that's too. See. So I'd hold that there, obviously. And now we just kind of hope. See, but I mean, there's. Okay, so we'll hold that, and if I can get the one with the bonus on it, 1, 2. No, there we are. It's possible, perhaps I missed something there. There was something better that I could have done, but I mean, it's not like it just. Oh, if that gives me real run, I think no. As I understand it, if that would have given me real run, I could have then actually just let it time out, and it would have given me that. So how much is that going to give me? Oh dear. Oh well, shock horror, it's going to go up to a £5. Oh! Shit, does that mean it's streaking? Have I actually... Maybe I've actually activated the streak pot. That would be interesting. I mean, I haven't done the method on this one before, so it's possible that it just got happy enough to do the street pot. Wow! Okay. Dunno then. We'll take it. There was no... Oh, fucking hell! There was no... Okay, that's... maybe the machine was just ready to streak. I said, fuck me. I haven't done much planning on this one. I did try it a couple of times, just went back to the RAM file, but I didn't. Okay. 40 quid. Okay, so I wonder if we can still... What happens if we then now try and... We'll have to do it again. Oh, that'll be it. Come on. No, it hasn't. It hasn't done the... Oh, shit. And I did properly fuck up there. So, if that came out of the streak pot... I'm just trying to... it's going to collect this feature, whatever it is now. Try and get something small off this. If that came out the streak pot, does that mean that the normal pot is still going to be happy? I don't know. Well... That is something that never, ever, ever happened to me out in the wild on these machines, because they were never ready to streak in my experience, which says that they were having the method done on them. Oh, there we are. That is true skills. That's what it's going to be 6 away on that reel. So I'm kind of hoping for it to drop within 2 on this. Which, oh, and it has! Look at that! Oh, now I should be able to do this. 1, yeah, it's 6 nudges away. So now I go for stopper. And I've got to stop it on the E. Oh, missed it there. Oh, I'll shut up. Need to concentrate. Focus. Fuck! Fuck! Right, I can't even make stupid noises and do that at the same time. Right, okay. Now this, as I understand it, if the streak pot is paid for up front and doesn't affect the normal play pot, this should now gamble up to let me, as I understand it, the state of play of this current pot that I'm in here should not be affected, so we should be able to collect that. Bearing in mind this is just a jackpot repeater at 40 quid, as long as I can get real run here. Come on, give us real run. No. No. Okay, I can gamble. No. Oh, come on. Jesus, it's not wanting. Oh, you absolute bastard. That was quite unfortunate, wasn't it? That I couldn't get real run out of any of those. Okay. Well, let's just see then. Let's just see if I can get the setup. I guess what we have seen there is that these things do have a straight. Oh, it's just put me straight into the bloody. Even though I got the bonus there on the middle reel, it has put me straight in. We have seen that yes, these things can streak. They are if they're played normally, because I think I put I have played this machine quite a bit in the emulator, and because I've kept all my RAM and GAM files, like for the whole history of Fruit Machine emulation, I have put a fair few quid through this over the years, and it seems to me that it was just ready to naturally streak. So let's hold them. No, and that is, I know straight away that's too far away, so it's going to be the same thing again. So we'll hold them two. Now that should be there. Yes. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and it hasn't given me the true skill stop on stopper. And if I hold them all on a respin, it's going to give me a higher bugger. Yeah, I can't hold that because it's just going to give me feature. Oh, I could have even done it, mate. It's abs. Now then, how far away is it? 1, 2, 7. So this should still work. Let's see. Right, I think it's 7 nudges away because it's 5 above that, isn't it? So we should be able to gamble. Oh, you... I just went higher than a 5 then, didn't I? And it right, well, it's not the best demonstration of the method you'll ever see. I'll be the first to admit. Oh, give me real run. If I get real run, I can get a cash pot. No, if I've got one chance, if this goes to real run... It has! Now I can just let this time out. This will time out. There was a cash pot on real 1, and it will time out. But this is, as I understand it, this is a free win, so it doesn't kind of protect it in any way because it's already paid for. All we need to do now is... Oh, now what are my chances of hitting this? What's it after? Right. Okay, let's have a look. I think I've got it. Okay. Oh, there we are! Get the fuck in there! Ah, well, I'm doing quite well even without the method. Thank you very much. There we are. Ah, yes, that'll do nicely. Okay. Yep. And we do have a repeat chance on this as well. A repeat chance. Let's have a look. There we are. Let's just see if we can get a repeat out of it. Yes or no? Oh, unlucky. So that's the cash pot rinsed, and that's the streak pot rinsed. I guess the only thing left now is to see... Oh, come on. It doesn't get any better than that, does it? So, right, okay. Let's... Come on. Oh, there we are. So that, well, can't fail with one nudge, so we'll collect that. Now, I just need real run. Come on. Real run, real run, real run, real run. You absolute cockblaster. Oh, jeez. Come on. Will you he's going to lose now, isn't it? Oh. The one single aspect of all of this that I would like to demonstrate, and it's completely not happened, which is getting those free wins. But it does. It's obviously still happy. It does tie in with the suggestion that the current pot, as it were, is still fairly happy because it's not sort of preventing me gambling to £4 or £5. It's not protecting that still. And then, I mean, if this happened to you in the wild, you'd just walk, wouldn't you? I mean, doesn't seem to be much point sticking with it, but £3. Okay. Well, I may, as daft as it sounds, I may have to leave it there. Well, in fact, what I'll do, I will just stick with this and just try and get that set up so that we can see it happen once at least. See, it's an awkward one to get because you kind of... You've got... No, so I shouldn't have held them at all, I don't think. There we are. That's a bit better. Okay, how about that? Yes, no. No, it won't let me hold those. I might be holding the wrong things here. And that's going to go straight up into nudge. What I'll do then is I'll pause this video and just see if we can get it to allow me to get that free win just once. And then at least we've seen it. But other than that, not a bad result, really. I actually got a natural streak on this thing, which I guess it bears mentioning here that this is why these things kind of upset me so much back in the wild, because if you were a clueless player, as I was back then, you knew that machines could do streaks. You knew that the fruit machines could streak. You know, the more basic ones like the 777 Heavens, the Play It Agains, Barcrests of the time, they had a rare streak in them. So it's kind of, I think everyone knew that machines could streak, even if you were really shit at them, as I was, you still knew that machines could streak. And what I guess I always thought on these things is, well, maybe if I put enough money into them, maybe if I just plug away at them for long enough, I'll get the streak. But of course, it never ever came. It just never happened. Hang on, let's just get that. Oh. So I mean, I've seen there in the emulator something that I never saw on these in the wild. I never had a natural streak on these things, and you can kind of understand why. It was because they were being done. There was just never anything to be won on these things for me at all. But I just kind of thought, I assumed that they'd be the same as other fruit machines, that if you kind of plugged away at them, there was a chance that you would, there we are, that there was a chance that you would get the streak. Now then, watch this. All I'm going to do now is go exchange for feature and wedge reel 1 just as I press it. So exchange for feature, wedge, and it'll go to a boxed blue 7. And then it's... There we are, and that is now through the block. So that is now a free win. That is an £8 free win. So this kind of went a little bit arse about face, didn't it? What my understanding of the method here on this was that you'd get these first. You'd get yourself a few of these. You'd get, like I say, you know, 30, 40 quid in the bank of these wins here with that exact setup. If you could get the cash pot, as I did there, you would get the cash pot as well because that was free. And then once you'd done that, you then played it down because the machine would still be, or the machine would be happy because it hadn't really paid anything out as far as it was concerned. You would then play it down with £4 and £5 repeaters. But that kind of went okay. In a way, I'm more interested to see that we saw a natural streak pot, that this thing had just managed to build up the streak pot in the background, so that it was just prepared to drop it into my lap as a casual player, which is in sharp contrast to anything that I ever experienced on these Maygays. And I do remember them being a period of time where I just couldn't seem to win on them. Even as a clueless punter, because obviously if you never, ever, ever won, you would never play them, but I did sometimes win. Even though I lost far more than I won, I did still win sometimes. I would get lucky, I would hit a streak. I was okay at skill stops and real matches, that kind of thing. So I sort of felt machines that had an element of skill in them, I could do okay at. But yeah, there was just this era of Maygays, and I think they all worked on the same basic principle, where did dreadfully on them pretty much all of the time. And what you've seen there perhaps is how these things could have played if they weren't being done. But we did at least manage to get one of the setups, which was that free win of £8. So you just imagine doing that several times over. So I actually got some positive stats there as well. 237% payout, £38.40 profit. So yeah, that represents far more profit than I ever made out of these things collectively 20 years ago. And I've achieved that in a single session on this in the emulator. So there we are. We did at least see the setup. Hope you've enjoyed the video and that you will join me next time. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you then. Cheers for now. Goodbye.